Hi, this is Tom Blodgett from Jende Industries, and today we're going to do an unboxing and a building of the Jende JIGS 2.0. The first thing you're going to notice about the Jende JIGS is that there's several boxes. There's an outer shipping box, which is lightweight, and then there's the inner box, which has the jigs inside of it. Inside of that, there's more boxes. But this box is designed to be the storage box and the carry box. So you can break it down and you can take it wherever you need to go long term. So don't throw this box away. It's built like a tank. So we've taken all the boxes out and you can see how securely everything is packed inside the inserts here. So it's designed to be broken down if you don't need it, and you can store it in the box, or if you need to travel with it, it can go back in the box and travel safely and securely. The first box you're going to pull out of the stack is the stone box, pizza box. It's got the Nano 220, the 1K chocolate bar, and the premium Chaucera 600, 1K, and 3K stones. You can also fit a whole bunch of other stuff in here. So when you're ordering the jigs, you can also put some more things that you want in there, even beer. The next box you're going to pull out is the acrylic base. Then you'll get to the actual jig stuff. So the top box has got the tool, the stone arm rod, your goodie bags with screws. The next thing you're going to pull out is the base, the clamps, the extension for the Exacudrive, the permanent marker, and the small knife clamp extensions. On the bottom of there, you're going to find the rotary piece, the Exacudrive, the stone holder, and the IP65 angle cube. So I've removed all the parts from the boxes and put them in the same order here: the bottom box, the middle box, the top box. Here's the acrylic base. So the first thing we're going to do is build the acrylic base. If you're using it, you'll notice that the acrylic is there, and it's going to have 4 rubber feet. Simply turn over the base. You'll see there's threaded brass inserts. Pop them in. You can see on my table I've got a little wobble here, so we can just adjust the threaded inserts as necessary. Wrong way. There we go. Wobble is gone. Alright, before we begin any more assembly, we're going to open up the goodie bags here. So on one of the bags you'll find the M8 screws. These are for securing the actual jigs to the acrylic, or you can use these to come through a 3/4 inch table in the wood and secure it from underneath if you want to attach it directly to your workbench. The other bag is your screws bag. You got your dumbbells for the clamps, M5 hex for the securing the base. You got 2 silicone O-rings and an end cap at 2.5 mil hex. Alright, so next step we're going to do is take the base, flip it over. You see there's a couple of screw holes. We're going to take the M5 screws, pop those in, and we take the crossbar here and the rotary piece. That's going to attach. It'll click forward. Make sure that this is facing towards the large part of the base, and you're going to secure them with the 3 mil hex tool. Alright, so you can have with this. Alright, the next step we're going to do is secure the Exacudrive to the base. So that just screws right in. Take the whole thing. Okay, it will offset slightly to the right. That is on purpose. Then you can take the Exacudrive and center that. Alright, the next step is to take this. We're going to secure it to the base, the acrylic base. The holes are lined up. Everything's good here. You're going to take those M8 threaded screws. You do need a Phillips head screwdriver for this. Just pop them in and secure it. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is put the clamps on to the crossbar here. You're going to take the big clamps here, there's 2 of them. We're going to use the dumbbells, and you're going to need your 3 mil hex key. So First thing we're going to do is unscrew these a little bit. You can use the hex key or just by hand. Don't take them all the way out. Just loosen them up so that you can have some open and closing. Put the screw side up and pop it into the crossbar on the bottom and the top to fit into the slot. Then you're going to take a dumbbell and secure it, pop it through, and then tighten it down. You don't have to tighten all the way just now. This is when you tighten it and loosen it, this allows you to move and then tighten it into place. So you're going to do that 2 times. Okay, make sure they match both sides up. Okay. All right, next we have the stone holder and the stone arm. We're going to pop that into the Exacudrive here. So first, I'm going to just take the 2 pieces and join them in the middle. You can use some blue thread lock if you want. That helps it in the long run. Let's tighten those together. Then you're going to take the 2 orange O-rings and the end cap here. And put one. These are like stop collars. So if you want to use these, put one on. Then we're going to thread it through the eyelet here. Put on the other O-ring. Acts as a bumper and a stop. And then put the end cap on. That stops everything from coming out. And here you have automatic stops when you're sharpening. And you can set them wherever you need to go. And they just act as bumpers and little reference points for you as you're sharpening. So you can adjust those as necessary. Move them out of the way if you want more space. So you've got a few things left on the table. The IP65 is for when you're adjusting your angles and setting the angles for sharpening. That'll be in another video, so we'll take that off the table at the moment. And we've got the 2.5 mil hex key, which is a tool that we have but you probably won't use. There are several set screws along the jigs that you can use, and this is what you're going to use if you need to adjust anything. So if you find that you're not level where you need to be, you can adjust these screws, take them off, loosen them, and then adjust as necessary and tighten everything back down. Also, if you need more tension on the spring here, see there's a set screw here, you can loosen this and then tighten or loosen the spring as necessary, and then just tighten it back down. The permanent marker is also something that you use when you're sharpening to mark the edge. You can check your angles to make sure you've got consistency. That will also be in another video. All right, lastly, we've got the Exacudrive extension and the small knife clamps. So the Exacudrive extension, if you're doing a really large knife, then the angles that you can get here on the Exacudrive are actually too low. So the max angle here, you might get like 20 depending on how big the blades are. So I have found that I've needed on occasion a little bit more. So to do that, if you take out the Exacudrive, you'll see there's a threaded hole on the bottom. And you just screw that in. And this 2 inches or so is going to buy you about 8 more degrees in height. So it's really tall right now, but if you've got a really large cleaver or one of the fish knives that we do, then you need to get all the way out here, and that angle just gets lower the further away you get from the center. So this gives you about 8 more degrees, which is really good for the high end, for the big knives. Lastly, we have the small knife clamp attachments, which is the opposite of what the Exacudrive extension does. This is when you have really small knives, your Swiss Army knives or your pocket knives that are a little too small and you need a little bit more extension but not height. You want it to go lower. This is where these retrofit into the clamps. So in order to do this, you'll see they're like little tweezers and a hole here. All you're going to do is take your regular tool here, the 3 mil hex. Here we're going to take out the screw. Don't lose them. And put inside, it lines up with the hole. Okay. Pop that in, screw it back down. They're alien style. Then you can tighten it up. You'd want these in the middle. Same with the other one. And these would clamp down as you clamp down on the blade, on the knife. These would clamp down also with it. And that will give you that couple more degrees in the Goldilocks zone to get just a little bit further out. All right, and that's how you build your Jende JIGS 2.0. Please like and subscribe, and also check out the other videos we're going to do. We're going to have a bunch of sharpening videos, how to clamp your knife, and how to use the angle cube and all that fun stuff. How to just use your jigs, and then all this sharpening stuff. If you want to watch us sharpen, watch me sharpen. So we'll see you on the next video.